I, I think it's nice to see people standing up for the people, the consumers, and giving them protections against a lot of big business. I don't think you're going to find hardly any American, aside from a lawyer or somebody who's got a political side, who would ever say that they could trust the actions of the major carriers, the phone companies, the cable companies that we have today.
What is net neutrality? Imagine the internet like a shopping center. The big stores like Macy's, Target, and Walmart are like the most popular sites: Google, Amazon, Facebook, and others. Surrounding them are boutiques and other satellite stores, which have fewer visitors, but may provide something the big box stores cannot. Now imagine that just to walk in the doors of these shops, you have to pay a fee. For the big stores used by more people, the fee is much smaller, even non-existent. But for the boutique stores, the fee can be much higher. You may not even be allowed in at all. This is the goal for many ISPs, or Internet Service Providers, except instead of money, you are paying the fee in loading times. For unpopular sites, loading times may be excessive, or they may simply not load at all. The current state of the Internet, where your connection is not dependent on what you use it for, is at risk of becoming a place where the service provider, not the user, determines the content you see.
Net neutrality is the law that's not to regulate the internet, to regulate the giant companies that provide it: Comcast, AT&T, Verizon. Net neutrality simply says those companies can't censor content.
Wait, but let me stop you, because nobody knows what net neutrality is. You already lost a lot of our viewers.
From the perspective of a culture jammer, net neutrality is significant in two ways. Firstly, it keeps the power in the hands of the user and away from the influence of large corporations, which, according to Kali Lawson in the Culture Jamming Manifesto, are more than likely to abuse a medium for profit. Secondly, it maintains that the Internet, unlike radio and television, remains a totally open source, peer-to-peer network without top-down interference filtering out unwanted content. The medium of the Internet is revolutionary in its ability to remove the middlemen and bring content directly to the people. It removes the spectacle by making everyone a participant rather than a simple spectator. In this way, the medium of the Internet and its message, as stated by Marshall McLuhan, are inextricable. The unique ability of the Internet users to communicate freely and openly with each other is both a frightening and exciting concept, and the fact that the Internet continues to grow exponentially is one of the primary arguments used by opponents of net neutrality. If ISPs only offered tiered service packages, where the greatest amount of access would go to the highest bidder, they would stand to profit immensely, at the cost of limiting Internet access for the rest of us. The Internet is, at present, the only free medium for the people to express themselves, whether to alert someone to a social cause, start a debate, learn something new, or simply show an interesting photo. To limit or even ban sites for the sake of bringing further profit to the ISP is to limit the ability of users to keep this communication going, benefiting nobody but the people who stand to profit from just such an enterprise.